guys, so this would be the very first video of me talking after getting braces recently, so bear with me. I am still trying to get better at enunciating with my braces, but anyways, I wanted to make a video where it shows my progression that I've made over the last few months, different guitar solos for different backing tracks, and I wanted to talk about them a little bit just for a few seconds. So back in July, a good friend of mine put together a huge collaboration group of different guitarists from around the world, different experiences. And in August, I got a chance to get back home from traveling, and I got a chance to jump into the group, and I've been every month since August playing a part in that group. And so these are the videos from those outtakes. What I really wanted to do in this video is kind of reach out to guitar players who are like myself, been playing for 18 plus years, maybe less if some of you were watching. But the biggest thing I want you guys to take away from this is that sometimes when we practice on our own and we get in our rut and we try to research how to get out of the box and how to play differently, we really struggle at finding out how to do that in a successful way, really. I've been doing the same thing over years. I've been practicing the same way for years, and I've never gotten to the result I have then I am now playing in this group. So every month I've pushed myself out of the boundaries and learned something new, and I've done that through focusing on 30 to 40 seconds of this collab group. In August, you'll notice that it's very strict pentatonic scale. It's very one position. It has a lot of catchy phrases, similar rock licks that I've mimicked from some of my guitar players that I like to hear in my own songs. But every month after that, what I wound up doing is I stumbled into what's called hexatonic scales. And it's very different from pentatonic. It's a different way of approaching things. And what it does is it allows you to go up and down, but laterally across the neck, which is an idea that I've been wanting to play fluid over many, many years. More than that, I would look at what the chord progression was of the backing track, try to hit those target notes in the scale that I'm playing in, and then try to make sure that because I only have 30-40 seconds and because I'm only a segment of the full take, I want to make sure I start in my idea so the next guitar can do the same thing. So once I had my map of what I wanted to do that month, I would just run with it. Now I've been lucky enough to have a really good ear of what sounds bad and good, but I always had an issue with figuring out why I am doing a certain technique or why I'm doing, you know, this note, or what's the reason why I'm going this direction on a guitar riff. And so I've always just relied off of my ear, and I really got to a point where I'm tired of not knowing why I'm doing this. So in the last 2 months, I have really pushed myself to know why I'm going in a certain direction. When a chord progression is playing, I want to hit that key note and move into the next pattern and into the next pattern. Even sometimes where you can hear a riff and you go, that would be great, where you repeat it and then play it in a different position. And so in October, I really hit a stride of learning how to use my fourths and my fifths, and when to use the seventh of the 7 notes in a scale to really push dynamically where you want to go within a guitar tone. My philosophy and what I want to do as a guitar player is not be a shredder where I'm playing a million notes a minute. I want to talk to people with my music. I want to have some type of language in my playing. So I know that I don't want to be speeding through a guitar riff. I want to say more with less, in a sense, sometimes. And that certain guitar take, that was my key. And so I started learning how to maybe slide or use multiple guitar notes with only one pick, hybrid picking, economy picking, all that type of ideas. Last month, I hit a huge stride. I wound up taking guitar class, and I was really focusing with my teacher on 3 notes per string. I was focusing on trying to learn how to run through a scale or arpeggios and how to use arpeggios into a scale, like some of my very favorite guitar players do. So what I did is, in that particular take, I took a a position I was familiar with, which is usually the 5th position. And I wanted to really start with an arpeggio. So I started playing through the scale, and I picked out the notes in a run that would go in a succession to the next position. I really wanted to listen to something that was catchy, something melodic, because the track itself was kind of it was stagnant in the sense where you could do whatever you want to the guitar track. And so I wound up doing these crazy runs, nice big old arpeggio sweeping, or alternate picking kind of deal in this track. And I feel like for the first time, I have really broken out of the box as far as playing, knowing why I'm doing a certain thing, knowing how to hit key notes. And really all this is coming from focusing for 30 to 40 minutes, figuring out what I want to play on this guitar track. Once I get an idea, really hammer it down over the next 2 hours and isolate what I want to do in the track. So these videos are my progression from August to now. And I'll probably put a group of videos together when I get another group of them next month to see how I'm doing then. And my biggest thing as a guitar player is always to capture where I'm at as a guitar player, and then later on record myself and compare how much progression I've done over the last few months. And I can say that in my past recordings, I have not gotten anywhere near where I am now. Alright guys, well, I'm going to wrap up this monologue because I've done way too many takes. And going over some of the gear I used in this video, I used the Helix floor, some with custom patches, some with patches that I've made. And then the good old trusty Variax 59 is a brand new guitar that I just recently got. Has a lot of modeling on it, so I used the Lester Les Paul, one with P90, one with high outputs, Telecaster, and a Stratocaster on some of these videos. So if you have questions about the Variax, I do have a couple videos on my playlist on my channel. Check those out under Line 6 Variax. Other than that, if you have any questions, post them below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time.